in touch with Casey a lot in that like 24 hours there just to make sure nothing crazy happens?
Oh man, that's just part of the process. No, Casey's good. He's back in the building. We're ready to rock.
Do you worry about that? Like somebody else might come in and snatch him up?
No, I'm not gonna worry about that. I mean, that's Casey's a good man. We got to trust. We got a good relationship, and he wants to be here. We want him here, so it all worked out.
How did Nick do in his one day there?
Nick.
Gates, and he had to step in there one day.
Yeah, Nick. I'm gonna tell you something. Nick's a good football player. Very versatile. Obviously you watch him play offensive line. He's played all 5 positions. Or he's played all 3 positions in the game, and really actually all 5. But he's a good athlete. Probably got the best hands on our team as far as offensive linemen are concerned. He's a very good athlete.
CJ Board's gotten a lot of reps at kick returner throughout camp and preseason. How do you feel like he's performed there?
He's done nothing but get better as he's been here. Since he walked in the door last year, it was a skill he had in college, and he hadn't done it a lot in the league. So we just, knocked the dust off of it, and he kind of jumped right back into it. So, no, he's doing a great job. He's working his tail off at it, and CJ's one of those kids. He comes in the room and he won't say 2 words, and he just works. He'll run all day long, and he'll continue to work at whatever you ask him to work at. And he's a pro. He's becoming a really good pro.
Did you happy to see Santoso get a job? And
Absolutely.
You have anything to, I know it's a different staff, but your Carolina connections playing at all?
Well, it's, Chase is a special teams coordinator over there, but I think more than anything, it's had to do with the situation that they were going through, and then Ryan being who he is. I'm super excited for the kid. He's worked his tail off. He put in a lot of work just from converting to a 3-way guy to being a kicker and a kickoff guy. So just super excited for him and the opportunity that he's getting down there in Carolina. And, sky's the limit for that kid.
What does Cullen Gillaspia bring to special teams besides a great head of hair?
Cullen is a great competitor. He works his tail off, and he does have the nice locks, But no, Cullen, he's very conscientious. Obviously he was the 12th man at A&M, so, he's a competitor. He fights, and he just wants to learn. He's like a sponge right now. So we're just trying to give him all the information he needs to be successful, and then he'll go home and study and come to work and study and work and work and work, and hopefully he ends up where he wants to be. But he's heading down the right path for sure.
Where do you kind of stand at the kickoff returner at this point?
We'll see. We got a lot of options. We'll see where Kadarius fits in. Who knows? We just got a lot of options. We got a lot of different guys we can put back there. Got a lot of guys that have done it in the past. A lot of viable options. So it's always good to have options at that spot.
You got about a half dozen guys, it seems like, we're starting on all those 4 core units. Like, how good do you feel about that group that is in place right now?
They're just growing. They're growing as a group and as a unit, and that's all we can expect. I feel good about the group as a whole. They're young. They're conscientious. They're always looking to find a way to get better, and they're picking up everything we're putting down. And I think, more importantly, they're growing as a group and as a unit. That's the most important piece right now.
Gunner, do you now have the speed and ability with Keon and Cam that ideally you would look for?
Obviously Keon is a blazer. It jumps off the tape, and Cam is learning the position, and I think Cam has the potential to be an outstanding gunner. There's some things he still needs to work on because it's a new position for him, And anytime you put a young kid in a new spot, there's going to be some growing pain. So once he starts to figure it out, for what works for him, he's going to be good.
Ebner was here on a visit this week. Did he give you guys any idea of how long till he's ready to suit up?
I'll let Nate take care of that. When he gets here, I'll coach him, and that's kind of my deal with him. Love him to death. Nate's outstanding leader. He's been a great teamer in this league for years. So anytime you can get a guy like that back in your building with that kind of leadership and that kind of experience, can't wait to get him back.
I think there was maybe it's just me, but there was a thought that Jabril might be backed off being a returner, more of a defense. But he's had the ball in his hands a lot. Is that just about whoever's the most dangerous for us? Like, that's who's going to be back there?
Like Joe always says, the best players will play, and that's kind of our deal. You know, the best players will play. Jabril gives us an opportunity. I mean, obviously he's been a really good returner in this league since he's been in the league. So the best players will play, and you know, and it depends on situations, and you know, it just depends. You know, it could be a situation where we could use 3 different returners in one game. You never know. You know, that's just the way the game, you know, the game flows sometimes. And again, having options is always good.
Back to the gunner for a second. When you have a guy like Cam with the profile, and we know we've asked you about it, does it force teams to, you know, who are they gonna double, and you know, kind of make choices that make it difficult on them? I know that's the theory, but
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's you know, you gotta deal with both of them. You know, Keon is we traded for him for a reason. You know, he has a unique skill set, and he's a blazer. You know, and then Cam on the other side is big, strong, long, powerful guy. You know, who can run also. So, you know, teams will have to deal with those guys, you know, and then throwing in the CJ Board and, you know, some of these other guys that we have, you know, having to deal with speed on both sides, it's always good for your punt team.
Cam made the big tackle in Cincinnati last year, and then looked like he stopped a big one from breaking in Cleveland. Is that second effort stuff? Is that awareness? Is that his physical ability? What is he showing you?
It's everything you just named. It's all of that, you know, and Cam is a very instinctive player, and he plays hard. You know, he has great physical ability, and then coupled with a really good motor, you know, he's able to make plays like that, and that's what you love in a kid like that. That kind of energy, that kind of effort, that type of tenacity. You know, as a gunner, you have to play like that. You know, you got to be relentless to the ball, and that's his skill set, and that's who he is.